Good morning, students. As a part of the video lessons for the MCOM first semester Indian Financial System subject, today we will go for the fundamental concepts learning about the second unit of the subject Indian Financial System, that is banking. It is not new to the students who have completed BCom, because the term banking has been referred since our childhood. Apart from that, there is hardly anybody who have not either visited the banks or have gone through the banking operations. So automatically even a common man will have a overall idea of what is banking. And apart from that, the banking students or the students of commerce and management who have already studied the concepts of banking, commercial banking, reserve bank, scheduled commercial banks, cooperative banks, foreign banks, private banks, etc. during their study in the subject of monetary economics in the degree level. So in this context, this unit is somewhat easier, and already the students do have some gross level background on the part of the subject of the banking. Now, just you go for a overall view of what is banking. So banking is a activity which bridges the gap between the demand for money or the resources as well as the supply of the money or the resources within the economic system. The chief objective of any bank or banking system is to accept the deposits from the savers or the investors, and in turn to lend that resources to those needy individuals or institutions, or sometimes to the government, by providing the needs in the shape of lending on credit. So the main motto behind these two operations is to facilitate the availability of resources from the sources to the seekers. But banks do this as a business activity. So the main activity of any bank or banking sector is to create profits and to convert the profits in the long term into wealth by way of effectively managing both the functionary aspects of the banking operation, that is accepting deposits and lending credit. So what the banks will do generally, when the banks acquire the deposits from the individuals, and those individuals who supply the funds for some interest rates on their savings deposits or their term deposits, on their recurring deposits, or as well as fixed deposits. And the banks will have to pay some interest on those deposits which were deposited by the individuals or the institutions who have surplus funds at their jurisdiction. Now on the other hand, the funds which have been acquired through the deposits will not be kept idle as far as the banks are concerned. What the banks will do? The banks will go for supplying those funds to the needy sections or the demanded people or the seekers of the funds for different purposes in the shape of credit. And the lending of credit is done again by the banks or the banking sector at a somewhat higher level of interest on the credit provided by the banks to the individuals as well as institutions from time to time. So the marginal difference between the interest collected through credit from the persons who have availed the credit and the interest paid to the depositors by accepting the deposits of the individual investors or the institutions from time to time will be denoted as the revenue generated on the part of the banking sector or the banking institutions from time to time. So that marginal difference of interest which is vested within the hands of the banking system is utilized for managing and maintaining the banking sector operations by way of meeting the fixed and variable expenses. Apart from that, the additional amount after meeting the fixed and variable expenses will be converted into the reserves, and those reserves will go for accumulation continuously, and those accumulated reserves will again be utilized for either to managing the non-performing assets or to convert them into wealth by way of reinvesting the reserves and profits from time to time into those avenues which will create some flexibility of managing the funds within the banking institutions. So this is overall the background scenario as well as the front scenario of the banking sector. Now coming to the question, the banks will go for whether managing the same thing in the same time, the same manner or not? No. The banks will have to devise its own strategies from time to time, basing upon the recommendations of the central bank of that particular country in that economy. For example, in the case of India, the banking sector is regulated, supervised and controlled and guided by the Reserve Bank of India, which is the central bank of the country. So, as per the guidelines of the central banks, in every country, under every economy, the banking system will be going to manage their operations, design their strategies and implement their strategies from time to time such that the risk of managing the funds, the risk of managing the resources is minimized and the effective management of risk is possible, and by that the profits are being created or the wealth is being designed or designated on the part of the banking system. So now the fundamental thing here, what we have to understand as a student of commerce, particularly in the master level, it is required for us to know that at every point of time, while facing the challenges and the issues being generated from time to time during the operations, and as well as per the guidelines issued by the central banks of any country in the banking sector management, that what we have to learn here as a strategic way of understanding the management and maintenance of the banking system of the country. So now we start with the concept of the creation of money. Generally, when we have studied the subject of monetary economics, there we have studied about the money, types of money, categories of money, and management of money. So how the money is created? The money is created basing upon the policy of the economy or policy of the government. If you observe the subject name economics, which is giving in its one of the definitions, that is the wealth definition given by the father of modern economics, Adam Smith. Economics is a science which deals with the production and consumption of wealth here. So wealth is nothing but an outcome of the money. So the money creation is depending upon the policy of the government as well as the practices of the government. So the wealth is created, how the money is created and how many types of monies are there and what are the different categories of money. You might have remembered that we have studied about M1, M2, M3, M4. These are the different categories of money. Apart from that, with different types of money, the money what we have studied is coins, currency, foreign exchange, etc. Earlier, in the olden days, there were different practices for creation of the money. The money was used to be created with the golden standards as far as the currency creation or the money creation in the economy is concerned in all over the countries. But gradually, after the Bretton Woods Agreement, the creation of money has been transformed from the earlier golden standards to forex reserves base, forex basis. So according to the foreign exchange reserves, now the money is created. A certain percentage of foreign exchange resources will be taken as a standard, and basing upon that, the money is created in the economic system at present across all the economies of the world. So when once the money is created, this money is used to come out of the operations through the banking system. Again, accepting deposits and lending credits. And the chief controller of the money and money related policy, or we can call it as monetary policy, is the central bank of that particular country. In the case of India, it is RBI. So the RBI is going to manage the monetary policy, which deals with the demand and supply of money in the economy. All the central banks will deal with the demand and supply of money as a part and parcel of managing the monetary policy issued by the governments and government of that particular country. So while doing this, the Reserve Bank of India will do as per their strategies from that time to time. Now, under this context, the Reserve Bank of India will make the banking system to operate in managing the creation of money on direct basis as well as on the indirect basis. On the direct basis, the money is created in the shape of coins as well as the currency, and at present the digital money. That will come as a part of the money market operations. that will come under the part of the money market operations. So as an integral part of the money market, the banking system is going to operate. So the banking system will do, apart from the direct measures, through the indirect measures by way of their operations. That is what? Creation of reserves. Creation of reserves. So what is a reserve? A reserve is a surplus of the resources which is remained and created through the profits. And those reserves will be utilized further to manage adequately the demands as well as the needs of the banking system and as well as the economic system from time to time. Apart from the creation of reserves, the banking system will also go for managing the wealth gradually through the resources which are available in the shape of the resources. So, the creation of money is done directly by way of issuing the money into the market. Apart from that, indirectly through the banking system operations by way of creation of reserves, management of reserves, as well as management of the wealth or generation of the wealth. So this is the way how the money is being created. Let us know much more in the next coming class about the creation of money in the banking system of the country. Thank you very much. If you have any doubts, let us clarify in the future in the doubt clearance session. Thank you.